All right, back to help give parents some guidance in this morning's parenting guide is Amy Trout, a psychologist and mom herself. Good morning.
Good morning.
How was back to school season going on in your household?
Yeah, it's busy.
Yeah.
You know, the kids start running right away.
Well, and I think this is so good what we're going to talk about this morning, resilience, because I think this is so many parents, as they are, some of them sending their kids maybe into kindergarten for the first time or sending them off to school for the first time.
Yep.
You want to know that they're resilient and they can take care of themselves and handle, you know, what comes their way. That's our job as parents, right?
Right. You know, sometimes traumatic things come our way that's sort of beyond resiliency and you need some help. But we're talking about the normal sort of stretches, bumps, disfigurements that life brings us. And we want to make sure that we can help them and nurture that sense of being okay in the end. Even though it's going to be hard, there's going to be bumps and bruises along the way. We're going to be okay. We're going to kind of pull it back together and develop that inner strength in our kiddos.
I love it. I love it. You always have such great advice. So there's 10 little steps. So we're going to run down these so we have enough time to get them all. First one, make connections. We're talking about for parents, for kids. What are you talking about here?
Yeah, both.
Both.
So like with younger kids, we have to really model all of these out because they learn by watching us.
Yes, they do.
So yes, for both. And for older kids who want to connect with people or want to, you know, do stuff with friends or reach out, you always want to encourage that if it's a healthy looking relationship.
Why? I mean, why is that important to have a connection with other people?
It's psychologically important.
It's human nature, I'd imagine.
Yeah, we're made to be in relationship. So it keeps us connected. I mean, connections keep us connected with ourselves. They help us not hyper-focus inwardly, but reach out in our thoughts, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
Helps us process. Sometimes people are very external processors and they really know that they need people. Other people can lock up inside pretty easily. And that can be detrimental to a certain degree. I mean, a little bit of that's okay, but you want people to kind of elicit and give feedback to other people so that there's that give and take in life so you don't get too locked up inside.
Okay, so make connections for both parents and kids.
Important.
To help your child by having him or her help others.
Right, and for little ones, that's a pretty easy thing to guide them to do. But with older ones, it might take a little bit of effort. Sometimes even volunteering opportunities can be very limited for older kids, you know, so you have to be very creative. Once they reach a certain age, 16 and up, I found a lot of places will let them volunteer. But for those early tween years, it's kind of hard to get them plugged in. They're a little bit too old to do some of the little kid volunteering stuff. They're a little too young to do some of the bigger kid stuff. So sometimes you have to actually go along with them.
Well, in those tween years, that's what I imagine. It really becomes all about me, and then once you're in the teenager. So I think that's a great idea to start getting them to think about that there's more to life and more to the world than just your problems.
It builds good things in them.
This is good for adults too, I think. All right, maintain a daily routine.
Routines are really important. Most people will say that they thrive best under routine, but the next one associated with is take a break. So you have to really have a balance between high structure and then breaks from structure. But even if the breaks can be sort of scheduled in, you don't want it to become boot camp, but you definitely want it to be, especially with the younger age kids, very predictable. They need to feel like there's a rhythm in life.
But even still building in like a block of free time for you to have an hour just to do whatever you want.
Absolutely. Breaks are important. Or even a day off. Like, hey guys, guess what? You know, today's Sunday, Saturday chores went so well. Let's just take today off and let's play. You know, that's okay to do.
Sounds fun to me.
Yeah.
All right, then we'll jump to 5. Teach your kids self-care.
Again, we model this really well. You know, I mean, they learn by watching us. So if we're going to bed at a decent hour and not staying up really late, I've been guilty occasionally of indulging late at night when the kids are in bed and something I want to watch or do, and then the next day I'm dragging. And they see that. So we don't want to model that often for our children. We want to kind of keep it balanced, show them that we take care of ourselves by exercising, eating right, getting enough sleep, doing the things we're supposed to be doing.
Yeah. Move toward your goals, number 6.
Yeah, set goals as adults and show our kids that we can move towards them. Like, it's okay to not be perfect in them, but that we're setting up realistic goals, we're able to kind of achieve new things in our world. Talk to your kids about those things. It's okay for them to see, Mommy's trying to cut sugar out of my diet. Here's how I'm working on that. Here's how I failed, you know, whatever. Let them see that you have goals too.
Yeah, here's how I fail. So it's okay to fail, and it's okay to admit it, own it.
Of course, yeah. They already know we're failing.
7, nurture a positive self-view.
Exactly. So when we fail, we're not going to beat ourselves up over it, right? We're going to say, hey, I'm going to try again tomorrow, and you know, that ice cream was really good. I enjoyed it completely, but tomorrow I'm going to, you know, it's a new day. And, you know, just really be positive about even the failures. I think that's a really important gift we can give our kids. And research shows that kids tend to nurture a positive self-view when they've seen others in their world do that. So if we don't beat ourselves up emotionally, chances are they have a better chance at not beating themselves up emotionally as well.
All right, we have a minute left for the last 3. 8, keep things in perspective and maintain a hopeful outlook. Are you sure this isn't for adults?
Well, it is. It is. It's for all of us. We are trying to, again, be that resilient model so our kiddos can internalize, but these are kind of practical steps to help them get there, right? Absolutely, yeah. We want to make sure that we're keeping things in perspective. We don't want to get locked up in the moment or the negativity or the stress of this day. We have to kind of
so easy to
stay grounded in the moment, but not overwhelmed by the moment.
Then 9, look for opportunities for self-discovery.
Kind of like the goals thing. What could I learn? What can I grow in? What areas are new to me? Wow, how does this, new experience affect me as a person? We want to kind of celebrate those, talk about those with our kids, not to a huge focus, but so they realize, wow, they're still developing too. Okay, so I don't have to just be the kid that does ballet and tennis. I may enjoy digging in the rocks and discovering geology or something different.
Last but not least, accept the change, or that change is part of living.
Absolutely. Change is part of living, and the sooner we can do that and show our kids, like, okay, this is the plan, this is what we've done, but life has turned, and we're okay with it, and we're going to roll with it, kids can learn to do that too. And that's a very, that is a very important skill for resilient kids.
As we wrap up here, I think the take home, what I'm getting from it is be that good role model in all of these things.
It's
kids are like sponges, we know that.
Yep.
So if you can try your best to do these things, the kids have no choice but to be resilient and model after you.
Absolutely.
I love it. Well, again, I always learn so much from you, Amy. Thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We look forward to having you back.
Awesome, thanks.
Let's send it over to Steph.
All right, up next, a place where you're going to want to take the whole family, especially during the month of August. Anthony's on the Boulevard is celebrating Customer Appreciation Month, and they join us next right here in the kitchen.